Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie, and today we are going to be doing yoga to help relieve sciatic nerve pain. I will recommend that you seek help from a professional and ask if it is okay for you to do this video before you actually just go ahead and do it. They will be able to let you know if moves are good for you or not good for you and what to avoid. However, if you get the A-OK from your doctor or physiotherapist or whomever you're seeing for your sciatic pain, then feel free to practice along with me. Today, I am going to be using some blocks and a yoga strap. If you don't have blocks, that's perfectly fine. You can use books, you can use pillows, blankets, whatever you've got. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a tie from your robe, a towel, anything in your house that is available to you. We are going to begin laying down on our backs today. So get yourself into a comfy position. We won't need any of our toys just yet. So if you are experiencing acute pain at the moment, I advise you to do everything slowly and at your own pace, listening to your body. Otherwise, if this is just for maintenance, then you can slowly make your way down onto your back. And first, we're just going to extend one leg and then the other and just settle in on the mat for a moment, just finding that nice length in our spine. Maybe you need to adjust a little bit just to feel that. And if this is your first movement of the day, you're definitely going to be a little stiffer like I am. And let's just close down the eyes or let them come to a soft gaze. And we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose, filling that belly full of air. So inhaling and then exhaling, letting the belly fall. You can place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart if you'd like, or just have your hands down by your side. One more breath in and out. And last one. So we'll blink the eyes open and we'll bend one knee and then the other. And adjust yourself as needed. And we're going to cross our right foot ankle over our left knee. And we're going to push that knee away from us gently. If this is good for you here, absolutely feel free to stay here. If you would like a little bit more of a stretch, feel free to go ahead and pull in that left knee to the belly. You can use your elbow as a stabilizer for the knee and to maybe gently push it away. Make sure that your back is nice and flat on the mat here. We don't want to have any real lifting. And if this is uncomfortable, absolutely back off. This is also a great place to use a strap if this is too far of a stretch for you, but not enough with just the knee on the ground. So we'll flex both toes towards the knees. And we're just breathing in and out through the belly. A good guide, typically, to know if you've gone too far into a pose is if you are having difficulty breathing. If you can comfortably breathe, then you are perfectly fine. Listening to your body knows best. If you'd like, you can pull the knee in just a little bit closer to you if that's comfortable. And again, using that elbow to maybe just gently push that right knee away from you. One more breath in and out. And we're going to release the hold of the leg and slowly lower it down. And then we will uncross and we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to lift that left knee onto the right, flexing the toes towards the face. Again, if it's comfortable just staying here and this is enough for you, feel free to absolutely stay there. If you want a little more, grab onto the back of the knee. And then again, using that elbow to stabilize the knee, flexing both feet, keeping that low back flat to the mat. We don't want any rounding here. And also try not to like lift the chin up towards it. That's just going to put a little extra strain that we don't want. We're looking for some length here. Breathing in and out. And maybe one side is completely tighter than the other, and that is perfectly fine. And you can't go as far, absolutely fine. Listen to your body, do what works for you. It is a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. One more breath in and out. And as we breathe out, we're going to release the hold and lower the knee and then drop that other knee over. We're going to do a strap here. So maybe just roll up and grab it, or if you were smart, put it by your head. Unlike me, we're going to wrap the strap around the ball of our right foot, and my strap has handles on it, so I'm lucky in that way. However, if your strap doesn't, just try and make sure it's long enough to keep the elbows on the ground, and if it's not, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So flex the toes towards the face. We're extending that right leg up towards the sky or ceiling. And if having the leg perfectly straight absolutely hurts, definitely put a bend in that knee. And we're just keeping that left knee on the ground here. Maybe it feels better to have it a little further away from you, a little closer in. Choose what works for you. And we're just breathing through this. Should be feeling a nice stretch up through the backside of the hamstring here. Trying to remember to keep those toes flexed towards the face. As always, being able to breathe comfortably in and out through the nose. And if it feels good to just straighten that knee fully, absolutely feel free to do that. Maybe you can pull it in towards the body a little bit more. Always, always, always doing what feels good in your body. One more breath in and out here. And on the breath out, we're going to release the strap, bending the knee and lowering it down, and we'll take it to the other side. So just gently looping the strap around the ball mount of the foot, holding on to the straps. And maybe it feels good to, just hold them in one hand or not. Just do what feels good for you. Again, find that comfortable position, keeping the toes flexed towards the face. Breathing in and out. Maybe you've got a gentle bend in the knee. Maybe you've got a big bend in the knee. And maybe the side feels completely different. Maybe the side isn't hurting as much as the other one is. Maybe it's hurting more. You're just doing what works for you in your body on this day, on any given day. Breathing in and out. Maybe it feels good to straighten the leg and pull that knee in just a little bit closer. One more breath. And on the exhale, release the strap, bending the knee. And maybe it feels good to grab both of the knees and pull them in and just do a gentle rock back and forth. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it feels good to have the knees a little wider and do it that way. Maybe the rocking doesn't feel good. You do what works for you. While you have your knees up, we are going to take them over to the left side. So just dropping the knees gently over to the left and extending that right arm out to the side. If it feels good, absolutely look over that right shoulder. Just a gentle twist in our low back. We're not here for too long. Breathing in and out. Twists are just a nice way to get a little bit of a stretch through the side body, which is why we often incorporate them into yoga, because we don't stretch our side bodies enough. On your next breath in, pull your knees up towards the sky and carry it over to the other side, moving slowly and extending that left arm out, maybe looking over that left shoulder. Otherwise, feel free to just look straight up at the ceiling, sky, whatever you're looking at today. It is a beautiful day outside, so I thought I would take advantage and film outside today. And if your knees don't touch one another, that is perfectly fine. Just land wherever you're at. Every day is different. And I know for me that is certainly true in my body. There are some days that I can do this with very little effort, and then other days it is more of a struggle. One more breath in. And on the exhale, lift the knees back up to the ceiling, sky. And then we'll lower the feet down. This is where we're going to use our block. So if you need to roll up and grab your block, feel free to do so. If you are smart and put it by your head, unlike me, then great. All you need to do is grab your block. We are going to place our block between our knees, walking our feet in as close to our heels as possible. And we are just going to squeeze our inner thighs. And we're going to engage your abdominals. So you want to make sure that you take a big breath in. And on the exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine, engaging the abdominals. And then while we're engaging the abdominals, we're just going to squeeze our knees together, just engaging the inner thighs. And we're going to lift up slightly into our bridge pose, making sure that our abdominals are engaged, and then slowly lower back down. And relax, keeping the block between the knees. And then we're going to do this as one fluid movement now. So when we engage our abdominals, we're going to squeeze our knees together. So breathing in, exhaling, and lift as we squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything together. Breath in at the top, and then exhale, lowering down slowly. And relax for a breath. One more time, breathing in, and on the exhale, squeeze everything tight, pulling the abs in, lifting up. And we're going to stay here for this one. We're going to keep that belly nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the last one, on the exhale, lower down slowly, and then release. Maybe it feels good just to bring the knees in and just give a little squeeze. Maybe if it feels good to lift the head up, just getting some extension through the neck and the upper back as well. And then release. And for our last pose, you can use the block here, or you can use a wall if you're in your house. We're going to put the block on its lowest setting, and then extend the knees straight up. Make sure the block is just under the sits bones here. There we go, that feels better. And legs up the wall. I find this one the most helpful for me when my sciatic nerve is giving me grief. And I will just sometimes come home from work after standing on my feet all day and just put my legs up the wall because it just feels really good, especially if you are a person who does stand on their feet all day. It's just very beneficial to us. Just gets the blood circulating in the other direction, gets our lymphatic system going. Your lymphatic system is your secondary circulatory system, which is where all of the waste goes. So by inverting our legs up the wall, we are getting rid of the waste so that our blood system can get rid of it for us. The body is so smart, honestly. It never ceases to amaze me. And as always, we want to make sure that we're comfortable here, able to take full belly breaths, breathing in and out. And maybe if you have your legs up the wall and your feet just kind of naturally want to open up and slide down the wall so that it's a little bit wider, so you're opening up the inner groin, that is perfectly fine. Allow your legs to do that. And maybe you don't have a block, or maybe having the block underneath the hips doesn't feel good. You can absolutely use your strap. You can just wrap it around both feet and hold them up there. And if this pose doesn't feel good at all, then feel free to skip and maybe just lay in Shavasana or Happy Baby or something else that feels good for you. We're just going to stay here for another couple of breaths. And we're going to allow the knees to bend, and then lowering one foot slowly to the mat, and then the other, and then lifting the hips up, removing the block, placing it off to the side. And if you had a blanket here, we're just going to come into our final resting pose, Shavasana, so extending one leg long and then the other. And again, if you had a blanket or pillows, absolutely feel free to place it underneath the knees. You can use the blocks for that too. Just take up space on your mat. And just allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. Maybe before you do that, let's take one breath in and out together. So take a big full belly breath in. And sigh it out the mouth. And now just relax everything. So allow the feet to naturally flop out to the side, releasing the tension in your calves, in your upper thighs, both front and back, letting your legs feel heavy. Feel your pelvis making contact to the mat, feeling that get heavy. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Feeling the shoulders melting into the mat. Feeling the upper arms melting. Forearms are heavy. The hands are heavy. The low back feels better and relaxed. Letting your abdominals relax, maybe for the first time today or all day. Closing down the eyes if you haven't already. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Sealing up the lips. So you're just breathing in and out through the nose. And just let everything go. Any thoughts pop into your head, just let them float by. Imagine they're words on a cloud. Now, if you have to get on with the rest of your day and you'd like to end your practice here with me, feel free to do so. If you want to stay here longer, absolutely. Just press pause or just let the video play out and stay here for as long as feels good for you. Otherwise, let's wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, begin to deepen the breath. Maybe turn the head from side to side. Maybe it feels good to take a full body stretch. And then rolling over onto one side, bending the knees, moving into fetal position. And then push your way slowly up to seated. Coming into whatever comfortable position feels good to you. Bring your hands together at the center of your heart, bowing your chin to your chest. We'll take one final breath in and out here. Breath in and out. Thanking your body for taking you through this practice today. Namaste. I hope that you feel some relief in your low back, in your sciatic, and you enjoyed this practice. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Like and share if you found any value in this video. I look forward to practicing on the mat again with you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.